Hi, I'm coming to you this afternoon, this beautiful day in Northwest Arkansas. I'm Colleen Hubert, and I want to share with you about the stress indicator point system, which is a training that I did last week. I spent 6 days in class learning about this system that I've waited for 2 years. So I wanted to start with a little story. So 2 years ago, I was learning Touch for Health. It was amazing. A week after I finished my Touch for Health training, I heard about a class that was going on that week called Stress Indicator Point System, but I was not able to attend it at that time. Well, 2 months later, my husband broke his collarbone in a bicycle accident, and I took him to the doctor and he got the x-rays, but later that day, I felt like he really needed this system. So I contacted my friend who had taken the class that I didn't get to go to, and she came over and she worked on him. And he didn't really notice a difference that day. Like he said, it doesn't really feel all that different. I don't really know what to expect. But what we saw was that it healed incredibly quickly. And so it just healed so quickly, amazingly, that 3 weeks after breaking his collarbone, he was swimming in the Pacific Ocean on a boogie board. Now, we were nervous, but he was able to do it. And so that's some of the power of this system. He didn't notice it at first, but what it did was really speed up his healing capabilities. And so I wanted to describe this system in the form of a metaphor. So I'm really like an electrician for the electrical systems of the body. So let's say a light bulb goes out in a room. When that light bulb goes out, you're going to check the bulb and see if it's working. And if it seems to be working and the wires are connected, then you check the switch and see if there's something wrong with the switch. And if that seems okay, then you check the circuit. Or maybe you go to the circuit board first and check that. So you have to kind of sleuth around and figure out where did it stop working. And so what I do is in the body, you come to me with a stress like mental fog, knee pain, inability to sleep. And I start sleuthing around using the acupressure systems of the body. And I will find out and be asking questions like, well, is this knee pain a tendon issue or a ligament issue or a muscle issue? Or is it emotion-based or related to adrenal stress? And once I find where the stress actually is, then I will adjust the androgen resistance and help that circuit start to work again. And so this allows the knee to suddenly heal on its own. I'm not healing you. I'm just removing the kinks that are causing those stresses that are causing your body not to function like it's supposed to. So this is awesome for any stress, physical like knees, flexibility, post-surgery, mental stress such as learning disabilities like dyslexia, ADD, thought patterns where you're cycling all the time, depression, and also biochemical like adrenal stress or hormone imbalances and things like that. I won't diagnose you with any sort of illness. I won't change your medicines. I'm not a doctor. I'll give you good health suggestions, and I'll work on the electrical systems to remove the stress. Now, some people have asked me, how will this work with the Splunkna work that I do with stress and trauma? And the way that I like to explain it, as I've talked with Frank, we've kind of come up with, is if two kids get in a fight, they might push each other down. And they'll get hurt when that happens, or one of them might get hurt. Well, the Splunkna is like working on the heart issues of why they got in a fight and what's going on that caused them to push each other down. And the SIPS, the stress indicator point system, is working directly on the physical body to stop the bleeding of the wound. Okay, so sometimes I might need to use SIPS to stop the bleeding, to take care of the pain that's physical, or emotional, the belief systems as well. When I see those belief systems, then I go to Splankna and say, well, there's a vowel, there's something going on there. And what I found in practicing a little bit is that really I'm going to go back and forth between them. That's what's happened so far, is that I find an emotion, we work on clearing it with forgiveness, and if it doesn't clear all the way, then I'm going in with SIPS points and finding the deeper issue of what's going on, where the wire's not connected correctly, and rewiring the electrical system, which is going to allow people to really, the balances to really be much deeper and even more effective. So I'm really excited about this. The other thing is that I can do Splankna work remotely. So I don't have to be, I can do SIPS work remotely. I don't have to be with you, though I will ask for you to be available if you want me to do remote work, where I call you and say, what's going on? Okay, I'm working on you right now. You're present, realizing that I'm working on your energetic systems and aware. I can call you up and ask you questions if things come up. If Splankna comes up, I can Zoom you real quick and say, hey, there's something, I need you to say some forgiveness statements, or, this aspect came up that we need to talk about, because I'm doing Splankna right now remotely as well through Zoom sessions. So I can use the listening prayer aspect of Splankna, and we can work through and talk through some of those issues. And I can also use the stress indicator point system remotely. And so what this opens up is also being able to work on children that I struggle to work on, like that 3 to 6 year old age, when it's really hard to muscle test, that we can do this work and help them, particularly with switching and brain integration around different issues. When they just flip their lid, like their brain just switches, and we don't know why, we don't know what's going on, where we can stop that from happening, try to prevent them from just losing it. So those are the options and some aspects of it. Let me know if you guys have questions. Please message me as you listen to this. I get a lot of questions about remote work, so please let me know what questions you have. I am doing a 20% off special through the end of June on the SIPS work, because I really want to practice it, and I want people to jump in and start using it. So while I'm new at it, I would like to do a 20% off for clients through the end of June when I use SIPS work on you. So the Splankna work is not necessarily % off, but the SIPS work is. So please contact me. Let me know your questions, concerns, any thoughts that you have, and I'd love to have a conversation. So you guys have a wonderful day and be blessed. Bye.